Hey everyone, it's your Crash Test Gamer here, and today we're doing an overview of the black cards in the new Dark Demons Villains box set, coming out on January 26th. Alright, so first up we have Time Patrol Trunks. He is a 15k body with a 5k zero cost combo. He is over round 3, so if you have 3 or more cards in your drop area, you can send those cards to the warp and bring this card out for free. He has an auto that if you play him with Overrealm, you get to see the top 2 cards in your deck. Choose one card, put it in your hand, and put the other card in the bottom or the top of your deck. Alright, so here we're going to have a little scenario of how the card can be played. As you can see here, I have 4 cards in my drop area. And I have Time Patrol Trunks in my hand. So let's see how this card can be played. Alright, so first what I would do is I would send these cards to my Overrealm. I would bring out Time Patrol Trunks. I would look at the top 2 cards in my deck. Look at that, we have a Trunks, Creator of the Future, and a Kaba. Well, I want to take the Kaba. Now the Trunks, I can choose to move him into the top or the bottom of the deck. What I want to do is move him to the bottom, because I have this card right here, which when I bring him out, I get to choose the card on the bottom of the deck, and if that card is the Trunks, I get to bring him out to the field. So I want to move this card to the bottom of the deck. Now I can't do that from here because Octagon won't let you, so I'll bring it out first, but normally you wouldn't show this card to your opponent. Alright, so now I would send him, move to bottom of deck. Alright. So now I could either attack with this card with Time Patrol Trunks. I can use him as a combo to use Trunks' ability. What I'm going to do first is play 4. Bring out Relentless Spirit Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And that's going to allow me to bring the card from the bottom of my deck out into the field if it's a Trunks. So I'll take a look at the bottom 1 card. It is a Trunks, of course, because I put it there, and bring him out into the field. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attack with a 20k double strike. I indicate that. I'm attacking the leader. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use this Time Patrol Trunks as a combo card. Now the reason I'm doing that, using this one and not this one, is because this card at the end of the turn is gone. It goes to your warp. As you can see on the Overrealm, when you use the Overrealm at the end of the turn, the card leaves the field and goes to your warp. So there's no point of keeping him around. So I'm going to use this as a combo card. I'm going to activate Trunks' ability and draw a card for the combo. So with Trunks Time Control, I was able to, it's very situational. I know this isn't going to happen every time. You're not going to get a Trunks. You're not going to have this Vegeta in your hand. But this is something that could happen. But, you know, just for the cost of 3 cards in your drop area, send them to the warp, bring out this free card that you can use as a combo to activate Trunks' ability, and then you'll have another card for next turn to activate the ability again, and you don't have to use any cards from your hand, and it just works really well that way. But, you know, most decks are just going to use this as a card, a card that recycles itself pretty much for free. It's just going to cost 3 cards in your drop area. Alright, so next up is Masked Saiyan, the Mysterious Warrior. He's a 5-cost card, 20,000 body, and a 10k 1-cost combo card. He has Overrealm 5, so it's going to take you 5 cards in your drop area to bring him out, and it's going to cost you 1 energy. His auto is, when you play this card using Overrealm, choose any number of opponent's battle cards without blocker, for which the total cost adds up to 5 or less, and send them to the warp. So it's pretty much a Kale card for every other color except green. I mean, green can use it too and not have to worry about the Kale. But this card is going to be great against token decks. Drop this card on them, take them all out. Alright, so in this scenario, our opponent is swarming the board. They have 4 battle cards in the field. We have no battle cards in the field. But luckily, we drew into a Masked Saiyan, the Mysterious Warrior. And we have 5 cards in our drop area. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pay 1. We're going to send all of these cards to the Overrealm. and we're going to bring out Masked Saiyan, the Mysterious Warrior, and we target as many cards as we want, but it's got to add up to 5. So 3, 4, 5, and that's the energy cost. So it's got to add up to 5. All right, so we say that these cards are going to be destroyed, so our opponent removes them from the board. So now we have a 20k double striker. We say we're going to attack leader. Then we pay another card, bring out Son Goten, Family of Justice, destroy his other battle card, and bam, just like that, most of his cards are off the field. So this is a great card for removal. If there were any tokens, then this card would completely destroy the tokens. And this is just going to be a great card. I mean, pretty much the only removal right now is Kale. Green cards have a lot of removal, as you can see here. Son Goten is a removal, but he's a combo card, so you don't have to have green. I think the only removal blue has is the Beerus, but that's 4 cost, and you gotta have to have 5 energy to use that. So this is gonna be great. Every deck should probably run this card. Of course, Kale is better. Kale has the critical. Kale can draw you a card. So this is great for every other deck other than green, because green already has Kale. Alright, so next up is Supreme Kai of Time, Continuity Keeper. This is a 2-cost card, which is a 10k body and 5k 0-cost combo. So this card is pretty much self-explanatory. The auto is when you play this card, choose up to 1 black battle card with an energy cost of 5 or less from your deck and send it to your warp and shuffle your deck. Then at the beginning of your next turn, if this card is in play in your battle area, add the card that was sent to the warp by this skill to your hand. Alright, so in this scenario, it's our turn on turn 2. We're going to play an energy. We'll tap 2. Then we'll play Supreme Kai of Time, Continuity Keeper. Bam. So we look through our deck, look for a red card. We look through all the deck and try to find a black card. So boom, here we go. Show that to our opponent. And then send the card to the warp. Now at the beginning of the next turn, we'll be able to take that. So we pass the turn, our opponent does his thing, passes the turn. Now boom, this card goes into our hand. Alright, so on the flip side, let's say our opponent plays the card on turn 1. Now we want to get rid of this as soon as possible because he played the card on. He played the card. He sent his black card to the warp, but we don't want him to get that card. So what we're gonna do, let's say we just drop another card. We attack with leader. Play 1 cost, combo the Son Goten, Family of Justice, and boom, that card's dead. So now he doesn't get the black card at the start of his next turn. So this is why I don't think this card is going to be played that much. It's just, it can be removed way too easily. The card's gonna be a lot better once set 3 comes out. If there's ways to protect it, then that'd be great. But I really don't see it played that much in the current meta. Until set 3 comes out, maybe then it'll be viable. Alright, so next up is Time Ruler Towa. She's a 4-cost, 10k body, and a 5k 0-cost combo. She is an over round 4, so you need 4 cards in your drop area, at least 4 cards in your drop area to play her. And as soon as your turn is over, she goes straight into the warp. Her auto is, when you play this card using overround, choose up to 1 opponent battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less and gain control of it. Move the chosen card to your battle area in the same mode. So I'm not really sure how good this card is going to be. Taking control of a 1 or 2 cost card doesn't seem like much. I mean, maybe she could be useful for a Trunks deck where you steal the card, use this card as a combo, and then the next turn use the card you stole as a combo. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not really feeling this card. And the fact that it's 10k means after your opponent's awakened, she's pretty much useless. Let's see if we can come up with a good scenario. Alright, so in this scenario, our opponent's already awakened. He has 1 battle card on the field, which is a 2 cost, and we just drew into a Towa. So what we would do is send the cards to the overrealm. Bring out Towa. And bam, take control of their battle card. Now, because our opponent's already awakened, we can't really attack with her and do anything. So what we would do is attack with our leader. And then use her as a combo piece to bring him up to 15. And then we draw from Trunks' leader ability. And then the next turn, we could use the stolen card as a combo piece. I guess that's the best way to use her. Other than that, I don't think she's that good. What would make her a really good card is if when you stole a card, you could use the auto ability that card has. So let's say you steal this this Curious Goku. You steal it and you can trigger his auto to draw a card. That would be an awesome way to use this card, but I don't think you can do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't do that. That would be way too overpowered. So since this card can't do that, I don't believe it's gonna be that good. I mean, the only two other targets it has is Miraculous Comeback Ultimate Gohan, because that's a 2-cost card if you have 4 or less cards in your hand. Actually 3 or less, because this card comes out. And if you have 3 cards or less in your hand, then this card is only 2 costs, and she'd be able to steal that card. Also, the new Comrade Combined Vegeta, that's a 2-cost card if all your energies are blue, so she'd be able to take that one. But I don't think you're going to be seeing these scenarios that often. I play the Miraculous Comeback Gohan in my Trunks deck, and I always keep it safe. I always make sure I have 3 or more cards, more than 3 cards in my hand, in order to keep it a 6 cost. So Time Ruler Towa, I'm not really feeling this card. I don't think it's going to be used much. I mean, I could be wrong. There could be some guys that brew some decks that use her amazingly. But since she's only 10k body, she's not very useful. She can't attack an awakened leader. I mean, what are you going to do? Play the card, steal the card from the opponent, then attack the leader and use the card that you just stole as a combo card? I mean, that's ridiculous. That's the only way she'd be able to do any damage to a leader that's already awakened. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. All right, so let's move on. All right, so next up is Mira from the Darkness. This card is a 4-cost card, 20,000 body, 5k, 0-cost combo. This card is an overround 4, so you need 4 cards in your drop area in order to activate him. At the end of the turn, he himself goes to the warp. His auto is when you play this card using overround, it gains critical for the duration of the turn. Now, this is another reason why Towa is such a bad card, because why would you have Towa when you could have this guy in there? I mean, would you rather have a 10k that can steal a 1 or 2 energy card from your opponent, or would you rather have a 20k with critical, and you throw the Champa that gives him double strike, bam, you have a 30k double strike critical. This card is amazing. This card I personally have been playtesting in my Trunks red, blue, I guess with a splash of black. And this card is incredible. It just puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. I think this card's going to go in every aggressive deck there is. I mean, it's just too good not to put in there. I mean, you don't have to use any energy to play him out. All you need is 4 cards in your drop area. And boom, he's out. Throw a chomp on him. Double strike critical 30k. Maybe throw a little more combo cards and, make your opponent sweat. Alright, so in this scenario, it's our turn. We just drew into a Mira. We have 4 cards in our drop area, so let's see what we can do. Alright, so first off, we're going to drop our drop area into the overrealm. Bring out Mira. Next, what we're going to do is bring out Mai. Now we have 4 cards, so our Gohan is now a 2-cost card. Bring him out for 2. Now, we're going to attack with Mira to the leader. After the no negate, we're going to tap 1. Bring out Champa. Boom. Now he's a 30k double strike critical. So the opponent's going to have to use a lot of cards to combo out, or else he's going to take a 2-shot critical. And, you know, after that's resolved, we can just attack with a Gohan. Bam. Do another double strike, 25k. And, you know, once you pass your turn, the card goes into the warp. So sent to warp. Bam. So it's going to be your opponent's turn. And oh no, what's going to happen? Your opponent just played Towa on his turn, and now the card's yours. Oh no, I was so wrong. The card's OP. Forget about it. Okay, so the last two cards in the set are Majin Twin Shun and Majin Twin Haru. Majin Twin Shun is a 2-cost, 5k body, 5k combo card. Now what this card lets you, what both cards actually let you do, is when you play them, you draw 2 cards and put them in your drop area. Shun can only be used with yellow or green leaders, and Haru can only be used with blue or red leaders. Shun's secondary ability is that she's a blocker, and Haru's secondary ability is that when you attack with her, she becomes a 15k body. So at least it's, you know, useful for hitting a leader that's awakened. Other than that, I don't really like these cards. I don't like the fact that you don't know what's going in your drop area. I mean, let's say you play them and a card that you really need is in your gets sent to your drop area. That's why I like the Trunks leader so much, because you're constantly comboing and getting a card, and you're constantly putting cards in the drop area. So, you know, I'm the one that's choosing what cards go in the drop area. I mean, I guess these cards we'll see play in decks that are running heavy black cards. But other than that, I don't see them doing much. That's just my personal opinion, though. And with that, we're gonna bring this video to an end. If you made it this far into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Now that YouTube is doing those changes to smaller channels where we won't get any ad revenue, subscribing is really important for us now. So please do that if you're so inclined. I hope you guys like this type of video. This is my first time doing a video like this, a first time doing a card overview in Octagon, you know, doing scenarios. My next video is probably going to be a deck profile, my very first deck profile on the blue-red with a splash of black Trunks that I'm using. I'm having a ton of fun using it on Octagon. It synergizes really well with the black cards. The blue-red Trunks synergizes really well with the black cards, and I'm having a lot of fun. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.